traitor to myself.
Good evening. How are we doing? It's Wednesday night, and it's the night before we start our European tour. A tour a little bit curtailed because we're doing it from home, but hey, we're back in Europe, the Europa League, and it all kicks off tomorrow, 8 o'clock, first game at home. And are you excited? Are you not excited? Couldn't you give a damn? I mean, performances just lately, how confident are you feeling? Let us know. Join in the comments. As I always say, click on the link, sign into StreamYard. You don't have to download anything. It doesn't cost you anything. It just means I can see your name and I can give you a shout out like I'm about to do to Roy. Good evening, campers, as well. How are you? Devil are you, Roy? How are you doing? I hope you're well. If you don't sign in, still comment. If you have a look at your points, you'll come up as Facebook user. Stick your name at the end. Like I say, it's just nice. We can give you a shout out. So, welcome along. Like I say, this is the European show, European show, and I'm going to introduce my co-host. It is the Andy Gray to whoever the other guy was, and I'm sure he'll have a lot more knowledge than me. Then we'll go Mark. So let's say good evening, Mark.
Evening, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm not so bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. All good. Excited.
Well, when I said Andy Gray, by the way, I wasn't referring to the naughty Andy Gray. I was referring to the extremely knowledgeable football pundit. But then I am Richard Keys, so I don't know what that says about me. You know. But just another quick hello, Chris. That's Pete Hyde. How you doing, Peter? You excited? You said then.
Yeah. As we all should be. It's another route into Champions League football for us. As we were talking off air there, we're already out of one already, so it's something that we should be going at, and I'm sure Brendan will. So yeah, looking forward to it, and a nice way to get involved and get started with it with a nice, easy home leg against our opponents tonight. Fingers crossed.
Exactly, fingers crossed. We'll come on to that in a second, but. Obviously, there was a disappointment at the end of last season. We had the Champions League in our grasp, and we let it slip through our fingers. That said, I think looking at the way we were playing, looking at our squad depth and our strength, and we fought very well. I mean, Fafana looked amazing. We've seen Castagna over a couple of games; he looked good as well. But I think we could do better in this competition than if we'd gone into the Champions League.
No doubt. And the good thing about this competition is it's a long competition. There's games to get your teeth. If you lose one, you've still got every chance to make it up in the next game. I think the draw's been kind to us. Yeah. There's nothing daunting about our group at all. We should finish on top. So there's every possibility we can go far. Obviously, depending on who comes down from the actual Champions League when they're out of their group. So time will tell. I honestly believe we've got a good chance to go quite far.
I mean, the draw was kind to us. I was sat there watching the draw thinking we let's be honest with you, we had a brilliant draw when we played in the Champions League. We couldn't have probably picked a better. And I thought, it can't be as good as that. And then we got put in with Napoli and I thought, oh, no. And then obviously you get shifted about because of countries you're from, etc. And although we were in Pot B, we are actually the highest ranked team of the four that are in the group. And I was looking earlier, and we are ranked as UEFA at the moment as 42nd. Zorya Luhansk. I'm going to have to get used to. I'm going to have to practice this off talking into the mirror. Zorya Luhansk are 106. So we're playing the weakest team at home as our first game.
Yeah, it
should be the easiest game, should it not?
Couldn't have been any better for us, really. It's a way for us to get involved and get going in the competition without we shouldn't be daunted about any of the teams, really. But it just so happens we've got the weakest out of the lot to start with at home, so there's every reason to be optimistic that we can get off to a flying start, 3 points. And I mean, the way I want it to go is if we hit hard from the offset and win our first 3 games, and then we can put it on the back burner, if you like, and start playing some of the latter 3 games. But I'd hate for him to play a weakened team tomorrow and get caught out, and then we're forever chasing for the rest of the group stage. That would be my.
Do you? You know, whether Pratt was taken off because you know it was the injury scare, or whether he was being saved. Was Maddison not played for the full 90 minutes because he's planning on playing him tomorrow? But you remember the wrath that Claude Puel had when he played a weakened team. He played a weakened team in one cup, got absolutely roasted. They went exactly the same and did the other. We haven't got the depth in squad to put out a weakened team, have we?
No, not at all. I'm a great believer in once you get on a roll, you get on a roll. It doesn't matter what competition you're playing in, whether it be the Premier League, Carabao Cup, the Europa League. Winning breeds a winning mentality. So I fully expect him to put out a strong side tomorrow, especially after the disappointment on Sunday, and to start winning again. And hopefully we can get that going into our Premier League as well. I mean, you look at us when we won the title, we just kept winning, and we had the winning mentality, and we were winning the games because we were winning, if you know what I mean. It sounds strange, but if you keep breaking up the squad and playing weaker teams, then that's going to affect your league form as well.
Yeah. Rob's just made a comment here, a little bit confused. I think you're in danger of counting your chickens. Yes, we're football fans. I think we do, and I think on paper, they are the weakest team. We are at home. I know home advantage isn't what it used to be with no fans, but this still should be the easiest game.
It's fact, Chris. That's the fact of it. This is the easiest game on paper, and it's not about counting your chickens or anything like that. The fact is, we should be beating Zorya Luhansk at home without a problem. We should be looking at 2, 3, 4 goals. And whether it'll happen like that is a different matter. But the facts are, they are the weakest team, and we should be beating them. If we've got any desires or great ambitions to be going far in this competition, then we need to be turning sides over like this at home with ease.
I think I'd feel a lot more confident about that. Obviously, if we had Jamie Vardy playing, who is going to miss tomorrow by all accounts, so we've got Nacho almost certainly going to start up front. And again, we talked about this off air when against the Villa game. Rodgers brought on Slimani, he was still treating Slimani as if he was Vardy. And he's not. And he does the same a bit with Nacho. And if he is going to play with Nacho, please play to his strengths. He's not Jamie Vardy. And I'm just hoping that, we saw last season Nacho can come on and he can turn it on. He can have some brilliant games when it's being played well for him. And, are you worried no Vardy, or do you think Nacho can do? We've got no Slimani anyway, so I don't know if if Nacho gets injured, what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's not going to be an issue because obviously he's not eligible. Same as I think we've got our Marty that's ineligible. Is it for
Marty and Gray's left out? Gray was because of the uncertainty over his future, like we said. And Marty and Slimani was because he had to include so many homegrown players. Yeah,
it'll be Nacho up front, and at the end of the day, it might be a blessing in disguise because so many times, whether it be in the cup or whether it be in the league, we don't have a plan B when Vardy is not on the pitch. It's as simple as we are a great team to watch when Vardy's on the pitch, and we always expect goals. But when he's not on the pitch, we need to find a different way of complementing the players that we've got to gain success. It'll be Nacho tomorrow, no doubt about that. He'll be playing up top, and we're going to have to find a way to play to his strengths, which enables him to score goals. He can score goals. He's proven it before. He hasn't hit the mark yet at Leicester, and that's because we're not playing to his strengths. And he's had to play second fiddle to Vardy, which is how it is. Vardy's out. But it might be a blessing that Vardy's not there. But it means that Brendan's going to have to come up with a different way of playing to what he's got strength, whether that be Slimani in the league or whether that be Nacho tomorrow. He's got to find a way to do that.
I think, and again, this was something that I mentioned before, was during that championship winning side, when we didn't have Vardy, there was goals in the team. We had Ujoa who was a great striker, and like Mahrez we had obviously as well. We haven't got those now, but there doesn't seem anybody who gets up regularly. Yeah, Maddison gets the worldie every now and again, but we don't seem to have that. Those scorers that if Vardy's not playing can get one or two for us.
No, not at all. And I think we missed the trick not going in for Ollie Watkins because boy, what a player he looks. I know I did a blog on him, and I was calling for us to take a punt on him. It's always difficult when somebody's coming up from the Championship, but boy, he looks a player already. And I think we missed a trick there, to be honest, because I think he would have come over us over Aston Villa should we have lodged a bid.
I think he did. He looked really good, obviously, against Liverpool. But I think Liverpool, obviously, on one of the worst days they've ever had. I think looking at when he played us, he got fewer touches than either goalkeeper. I think Fofana had him in his pocket, to be honest.
Yeah. But, this is just the way it is. I'm not convinced by Nacho anymore. I was a big believer in him a while, not up till recently, really. I mean, I'd rather have Slimani up top and play to his strengths with old Brighton on the pitch. And I think we've mismanaged Slimani a little bit, and I think Nacho's a bit disorientated now when he comes onto the pitch. I think you can see it in his face. His confidence is diminished, and maybe tomorrow will be the kickstart of something for him, because I'm pretty sure that Vardy's only going to be out for one more game.
I think he's back for Arsenal.
So it's his last chance, really. It's his last chance to step up, because I think if he fires a blank tomorrow or doesn't put a shift in, that could be, we might not see as much as Nacho this season, especially with Slimani back in the fold, as what we did previous seasons.
Well, let's just hope, that he is learning his lesson, and we do get, Nacho and Slimani on, that he is going to play to their strengths. Now, this is a point, and I'm just going to say good evening to Andy. Thanks for joining us, Andy. Nice to have you along as always. He said, I hope this don't affect us like it did to Burnley and Wolves. Now, we're playing Arsenal, as we know, on Sunday, and the opposition view on the website, www.leicestertillidie.com. I've got a friend, Ollie, who's done the opposition questions for me there. They're up there ready to go, so you can go and have a look at those. And he made the point that it does make it hard to play games when you're in the Europa League. I don't see why it does, because if you are in the Champions League and you play on a Wednesday, you then play on the Saturday. If you're in the Europa League, you play on a Thursday and you then play on the Sunday. It's the same number of days. Why is that? Why is it worse that being in the Europa League than it is being in the Champions League?
I think the Antigames in the Europa League, especially when you're starting early. I mean, it did affect Wolves last season. It looked like it wasn't affecting them, but they totally fizzled out towards the end of the season. And they somewhat come away a bit like ourselves as well. It shouldn't be an issue. I mean, at the end of the day, they're athletes, and if they can't play on a Thursday and a Sunday, especially for the WOD that they're on, then I don't know who can. Do you know what I mean? But I think it would affect as the so-called lower clubs like ourselves, because the budgets ain't there. We haven't got the squad depth. But if you look at Man City, their second 11 is just as strong as mid-tables starting. You know what I mean? So there's no reason why it should affect the Man Cities, the Man Uniteds, the Chelseas, the Arsenals of this world. But for us, yes, it will have an effect because our squad depth ain't there. So time will tell. But in our Champions League, when we went into the Champions League, we've done all right. There was no great shakes about it. We was never going to do what we did the season before. And I think we held our own. There's no reason why we can't go. We're out of a cup already, like we've already said. So we haven't got that to worry about. So we're in 2 cups now. Let's go gung-ho and let's see what we can do. I think the squad is good enough. Is there enough depth there? Time will tell.
The most important question of the day that has been raised by Pete, and this, I can say, overrides any other question that we've been asked already, is that vodka and Coke?
Absolutely not.
We're professionals. We don't drink on air, do we?
No, not at all. Just a Coke, Pete. Just a Coke, I promise.
But it's not just the vodka. Brad, good evening, Brad, who does the post-match with me, and he will be joining me at some unearthly hour tomorrow night when the game finishes and we're all sorted with the post-match show. I know we all want Leicester to make the final, but who do you guys have your dark horses, if not win it, to make it to the final?
Sevilla.
Yeah. I think we've got a good chance. You know, I was talking again, like I say, to my mate Ollie, who's an Arsenal fan, and he actually made the point that Leicester are the team. There's no reason why we couldn't go on and win it. It's the sort of thing we would do. And you know, if we do get up and running, and we do, let's say, have a good January transfer window and make some good additions, then I think we could go far in it.
Yeah, 100%. There's no reason why we can't go far. I think we touched on that right from the get-go. We're already out of one. This is another route into Champions League football. The Premier League's getting harder and harder every year because people are spending, and this is a route into Champions League football. So there's no reason why we shouldn't give it a good old go and see where we can get. If we don't make it out of the group, then we've got no right to be there to start with. And then once you start the round of 32 and into the last 16, then it's anybody's game. There's some strong teams in there, don't get me wrong. You've got Napoli and Arsenal, Spurs, Benfica, ourselves, and that's before any of the others come down from the Champions League.
I think you got one of the Milans, AC Milan in there as well.
AC Milan are there, yeah. There's some good teams already in it, and that's without them coming down from the Champions League. But if we don't have a go, and I mean have a go, and not mess about with the starting 11, let's give it a real good go. And there's no reason at all, because we can beat anybody on our day. We've proven that already this season, that we can do that with the thrashing that we gave to Man City. So, Man City are one of the best teams in the world. Let's not face it. So there's no reason why we can't go on and win it. What price did you say we were earlier, Chris? 20 to 1?
I was just going to bring that up, talking about could we go on. We are 20 to 1. And, you know, I'm going to have another go at it here. Zorya Luhansk are 500 to 1. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said before, if we cannot turn these guys over tomorrow night, 3-4 goals, then... You know, I mean, anything can happen. We know that, but if we want to be taken seriously in this competition, then when other teams read the scores from tomorrow night, we need to be showing a 3 or 4-0 scoreline, no doubt.
Well, let's just, you know, we've sort of pumped Leicester up, and you know we've got to. Then the worrying thing is not the players that we've left out, but the players that we haven't got because of injuries. And you know, there's no Vardy, there's no Soyuncu, there's no Ndidi, there's no Piera. That's ripped out the spine of our team.
It has, yeah, but it's also a bloody good opportunity for the ones that don't get in the team to prove what they can do. It's every cloud at the end of the day. So if the likes of Nacho can't step up, and Justin, who I don't have a lot of faith in, but if he doesn't step up and the likes of, then this is their time to shine. So it's what's good for one person. They should be able to come to the team and show Brendan why they should be there regularly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that we have got one of the worst injury problems of any team in the 4 divisions. But I might be making that up. You know, who knows? And of course we've got, and I'm going to mention this for Brad, because Brad will love it if he's playing tomorrow. In the words of Kevin Keegan, he will love it, and that's if Perez is on there. But you've got to think this is an ideal game. I mean, Under's not played yet, but you know, European football, European, you know, and I would hope, you know, that Under would score, you know.
Yeah, well, Perez, I'm in Brad's corner that one. I mean, God blind. I mean, what a waste of money. I mean, when we signed him, I did think he's a bit of a player, but we have not got the best out of that guy yet. And maybe tomorrow, maybe he'll come and score an hat-trick and he can kickstart his career and we can start seeing the better of him again. Like I said, tomorrow was a good fixture for people to come into the side and showcase what they actually do. And Perez would certainly come into that mould.
I mean, Perez has had enough chances, you could say. And Is it also because we've now mentioned 3 players that we bought, Nacho, Slimani, Perez, and we are saying we are not getting the best out of them. Is that us, or is that? I mean, I used to like Perez. I've got to be honest with you. Very much like Craig, my Tuesday night co-host, said, I'm running out of excuses and reasons to still like him.
Yeah.
But we've got these players in, and if we're not playing to the strength, we're not, playing them in the right positions, they don't stand a chance.
No, not at all. I think Perez is playing in the right position. Don't get me across the front 3. He should be able to play anywhere across there. I don't think that's our fault. I think he's just not doing it for whatever reason. Nacho, we don't play to his strengths, and the same with Slimani. But we haven't really seen a lot of Slimani to be able to do that. But as he's now in the Premier League squad, we might see what he can do. But you've got to play to his strengths when he's on the pitch. But Perez, I don't think that's our fault. No, I think the guy's not putting the right effort in at all.
Well, I think with Slimani, I think he's when he came to us, he was a good goal scorer, and he didn't do too bad last year with Monaco. So given the strength, given the games, and if when we bring him on, we play to his strengths, who knows? He could be the revelation of the season. I'm going to say good evening to Dale. Good evening, mate. How are you doing? Nice to see you. And he's made the comment, leave Nacho on the bench, bring in Big Slim. We can't do, if you're referring to the game tomorrow, we can't do, because Big Slim or Little Slim, neither of them are in the squad for the European games. Let's look at Zorya Luhansk, 3rd time, still getting there. And we're up against, we are naturally, I think, putting them down. I think it's, if the League Cup was a group game and we got, drawn against, in our group because of Rochdale and Oldham, we'd be saying exactly the same about them. You look at where they are, but what they've got that we haven't as a team is European experience. They've had 6 seasons of playing in the Europa League, and that's going to count for something.
Yeah, and so it should do. But let's not hold back here, Chris. They're currently 9th in the Ukraine division. They've not had a great start to the season at all. Yes, they've got European, but that's the same as Celtic, and it's somebody's got to go up from each division, and it just so happens that they've managed to scrape in 3rd last year and managed to get into Europa League. I mean, there's no great shakes about it. We should be beating these. It's not about playing them down. And yes, they've got European experience, but when all said and done, if we turn this team over, then we need to take a long hard look at ourselves. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to be totally honest with you, I had never heard of them before we drew them. But I mean, looking at their last 5 seasons in their division, they're pretty, stable. You're looking 4th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 3rd, so they're always there and thereabouts. And yes, they are 9th this season. But the 2 teams from Ukraine that I had heard of, which was Shakhtar, Dynamo Kiev and Shakhtar Donetsk, were 1st and 3rd at the moment. They got draws with both of those, so maybe they're not sort of total muppets.
Those buffs out there, Luhansk did play, I think it was 3 seasons ago. Man United had them in their group.
Yeah.
Zlatan scored, I think, in both legs. I think it was a 2-0 away and 1-0 home to Man United. So there you go. We shouldn't underestimate them, don't get me wrong, but we should be beating them. I mean, Man United have played them twice a few seasons ago, and they managed 1-0 and a 2-0 win. I mean, I'm talking us up for a 3 or 4-0 win, but that's what I expect. And yes, they've got European experience, but they very rarely get any further than the group stages. Let's be frank about things.
Yeah, and they're used to playing away because, of course, they don't play any home games at their own stadium because it's flat bang next door to the Russian border.
Correct. Yeah, so they're constantly away, as it were. I don't think that's played in their home stadium, but because of the Eastern War, there they have to play home games at a neutral venue.
Yeah. Like we say though, out of the three other teams that are in there. This is the one that we should be looking to win, and let's hope getting us off to a good start. And
yeah, 100%. They've got no players. So I had a look through their squad earlier today. There's a lad there called Syed Manesh. He's on loan.
Well said. I was just about to say. Then, are you going to name any of them? And, well done.
Syed Damesh, he's on loan from Fenerbahce, and in a couple of years ago, he's voted one of the top footballing talents in the world, top 60, by the Guardian newspaper. So he's got something about him. But other than that, I didn't find anything worth worrying about. But he plays up top, so look out for that name tomorrow night, and hopefully he won't get on the score sheet against us.
I tell you what, they must make a bomb in shirt sales. With all those names, I make myself a promise. I try not to say anything that's got more than sort of 10 letters in the name. I struggle with that. But so come on then, let's go for a score prediction for you then. What you confident with your 3 or 4, are you?
Yeah, I'll go 4-0.
You're going 4-0. Whoa. I'm going to go 2-1. I think we will win it, and I'll never predict a loss. I'll sometimes predict a draw, but we should have enough to win it. But I just think we're going to get caught out with an early goal by them. So I think they'll come at us straight away. But let's just see. And I might nip to the bookies tomorrow and just have a fiver on them at 20-1 to win the whole thing.
Well, if you don't now, Chris, you'll be gutted if they do go and win it. You don't put that on.
I didn't bet on them on the when we won the Premier League.
And neither did I.
I'm usually the kiss of death, and my predictions usually. Do you remember the Liverpool Champions League final?
Yeah.
Was that Milan? I'm not sure. I think that was Milan. They were 3-0 down at half time, and I remember turning around to my son and said, "That's it. I'll never come back from this." And of course, going 3-3, went to penalties, and Shevchenko came up, and I went, "He's never going to miss. I bet my house on it." Of course, he missed. Whatever I predict, go against it. But before we go, I just want to go on this last thing, because there was some rumours that Greece were going to let fans into the ground. Hellenic Foxes, who are the big Leicester City supporters group in Greece, and they're all over Facebook, YouTube. Give them a follow if you can. Hellenic Foxes, everybody, they're really nice guys. Speak better English than I do Greek, definitely as well. But he messaged me and he said it was all over the different groups that they're going to let 3,500 fans in. Now, the next day, the Prime Minister came out of Greece and changed his mind and said nobody's coming in. Now, I don't know whether some of these countries are going to be letting fans in, but surely if they do and we're not, that's not fair, is it?
Well, yeah. No, you'd be right. Because I don't think how many. I mean, Arsenal wouldn't want to be going over to Greece at the moment with what they are. But yeah, I read that as well. He said that there's no fans. I don't know what the situation is in the Ukraine, but I wouldn't want to be going over there either. But no, you're quite any of these games where fans are allowed. But then if they're allowed, then we need to get over there and support our boys if we're able. But yeah, it would be an unfair advantage, and it would seem unfair. But you've got to roll with the punches nowadays, haven't you? You just got to go with the flow.
You do. But it's like, we know every country's got different rules and different different laws and things in place regarding sort of the COVID. But yeah, it's a big one. But showing them on tomorrow. It's live on BT. It's not a pay-per-view, so if you've got BT, it's live on there. If not, I'm sure there's some sort of stream around somewhere you can watch on. Mark, thanks very much. Your first one tonight. You are no longer a vlogger virgin.
No problem at all. It's on to 4-0 to the Foxes.
I think I'll just go for the win. I don't think I'll predict the score. That might be pushing me luck a little bit. But thanks very much, and hopefully see you this time next week, because next Thursday we are doing the said away game to Athens, which is a 5 to 6 kickoff at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And thanks for joining us, Mark, and speak to you next week. And let's hope for a win. Take care, buddy. Cheers. Bye bye now. Well, there we go. Tomorrow it all starts. It's the big European tour. Oh, nervous? Yeah, a little bit. I am. I've got to admit that. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments and whatever it does. It is for you that we do this. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, it's a new show. It's the European show. We're here at 7:30 every Wednesday before we play on the Thursday. So we'll be back here next week. Next show is tomorrow. Not exactly sure of the time. Probably about 20 minutes after the end of the game, 20, 30 minutes after the end of the game, I'll be on with Brad. Get your cocoa and your sleeping hats out because it's going to be a late one tomorrow. But thanks for watching. If you've missed any of it or you want to catch up or see any of the other shows that we've done on YouTube, it's Leicester Till I Die TV. This will be going on there in about 10 minutes with all the links will be down below. All coming up again in a minute as well. So you'll see all the links as we play off. And as I say, always look after yourselves and stay safe. Thanks for joining us, guys. Good night now.